Do you have a wart or a skin tag that you have been trying to get rid of? In homeopathy, there are many homeopathic remedies for warts. There are homeopathic remedies for warts that bleed, that are hard, that are flat, that are fleshy, and so on. However, there is a homeopathic remedy, Thuja, or Thuja, as some people pronounce it, that can cover all these various kinds of characteristics for warts. Homeopathic remedies for warts are usually administered orally. For the past 30 years, I have recommended that my clients apply Thuja oil topically on their warts and even on their skin tags. Hello, I'm Virangini Cindy Rounsaville, and I am a homeopathic health consultant educator and the owner of ViranginiCindy.com. Let's talk about the supplies you need to have to make up your Thuja oil. You need Thuja 30C. You may recognize or have it more in a boron blue tube you may have it as. You're going to need 2 paper cups. You're going to need some water, a small amount of water, preferably spring or distilled water. You're going to need a measuring spoon, preferably a tablespoon, a container to store your Thuja oil in. You need some extra virgin olive oil, a disposable spoon, a pen, a label, and some tape. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to pour a small amount of your water into one of your disposable cups. You only need about a drop or two. You only want a small amount, just to dissolve the pellets. Next you're going to do is you're going to add your 1 or 2 pellets of Thuja. You only need 1 pellet, but usually 1 pellet does not always jump in. Usually more than 1 jumps in, so that is okay. You always want to close up your remedy supply. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cup at an angle to dissolve my pellets. The bigger the pellets, the longer it's going to take to dissolve. The smaller the pellets, obviously, takes you, a few seconds to dissolve them in the water. So while I'm waiting for it to dissolve, I'm going to mix up my olive oil. So I'm going to pour 1 tablespoon. You can do 2 tablespoons if you want. The Thuja oil goes a long way, so you really don't need a whole lot. So I'm going to pour my tablespoon of oil in my other paper cup, like so. And let's see how it's looking. Yeah, it's pretty dissolved. It's pretty much all dissolved. All I have now is just a solution of water with my Thuja in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in a small amount of this solution. I'm going to take my disposable spoon here, my plastic spoon. I'm going to gently mix it around. The best you can mix around water and oil, which does not mix very well. Like so. And then I'm going to pour it into my container. Now I could have just put my olive oil in this container, but the smaller openings are a little bit harder to get a tablespoon of olive oil into a small container. This way, if I put it into a paper cup, all I got to do is just bend the cup, and it's going to go directly into my little container. Now if I had a wider container, I would have put my olive oil directly into my container. And then I could have just added my pellet, once it dissolved, to the olive oil in the bottle here, and I could have just gently shooken it up instead of using a disposable spoon. So I could have eliminated that step, is what I can do. The last thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to label your Thuja oil. So you're going to write Thuja, Thuja, then oil. You're going to want to use a pretty long piece of tape because we have an oil here and we want to make sure that this label stays on it. Like so. Okay, so hopefully this will be long enough to stay on. So that is your Thuja oil. Now to administer the Thuja onto your warts or your skin tag, you want to apply a small amount of the Thuja oil directly onto the wart or the skin tag. You just got to apply a small amount because the Thuja oil goes a long way. I also like to use aloe vera juice or aloe vera gel, a good quality I like to do. So I'll put my Thuja oil on first, and then I'll put 1 or 2 drops of the aloe vera on top of the Thuja. And then what you're going to do is you're going to mix it in. You're going to do 36 circles with your index finger. 36 times you're going to go around. If it's on a skin tag, again, 36 times you're going to be moving it around. If you have several warts or several skin tags, you may want to do is take 2 or 3 fingers and do the whole area. Instead of doing one spot here, one spot here, one spot here, you can cover more of an area with more than one finger you can cover. What you want to do is you want to apply the Thuja oil once a day. I would prefer to do it at bedtime. This way you don't get the oil all over your skin all day long on your clothing, you want to get. So what you do is you apply the Thuja oil once a day at bedtime for several weeks. You want to be consistent in doing this. And what's going to happen is as the Thuja and the aloe vera is working and is making that wart smaller and smaller, or that skin tag smaller and smaller, what's going to happen is you're going to get down to a little black speck. You're going to get down to like a little black speck, like something like more like a little black sesame seed you're going to see. That is the root of the wart. And when you see that, keep applying your Thuja oil and your aloe vera, your juice. You're going to keep applying it, and then eventually that little speck is going to just fleck right off. And then you have completely addressed, completely taken care of your wart. Now, as far as the skin tag goes, you're going to keep twisting it around, you're going to do, and it's going to either rub off or it's going to twist right off is what it's going to do. So the next time you have a wart or a skin tag, make up some Thuja oil and apply it. Create for yourself a healthy and energizing day.